Good morning. Welcome to our solo walk for July 1st. Wow, 6 months into the year already. Went by pretty quick. Say good morning to Solo, my inspiration for our solo walks. Yeah, well, the last, I don't know, it was yesterday or the day before, sitting out in our front deck, and we have a little flag in the front yard, and it's one my wife made, and it's just a little silver and black flag with a spider web on it. I was sitting there watching it blow in the wind, and it was fully extended in the breeze, and I see that spider web, and it just brought back an old saying that used to have years ago that I haven't heard much of lately, but years ago it was, oh, what a web we weave when we practice to deceive. And it just got the thought process rolling, I guess. And this whole construct that we live in, this world, the program we're under, everything is designed on deception. It seems that way to me anyway. If you look at our Canadian government, the new Prime Minister, the old Prime Minister, the last one, Parliament, it all seems to be based on deception, and deceiving you into believing that there's something they're not. These parasites that are trying to take control of everything. But you take, like I said, it all seems to be deception. There's a young lad that I watch on YouTube here every once in a while that's I guess you'd call them alternative news source or whatever. There's a young lad here from Canada, Moose on the Loose, and he's done up a graph of how the company that our Prime Minister was involved with up until just before he ran for Prime Minister, how it's all tied in a web of companies, and how he's tied to them all, and how they're tied to the decisions that the government's making. And it's when you look at it, it's quite a fancy web. And if you go down south of the border to the States, there's a young investigative journalist that I watch the odd time too, and that's Whitney Webb, and there's my boy, and she's does quite a thorough job of tying the web of deceit and deception in the state side of who's tied to what and what's tied to who, and the how everything's tied together. And I seen a little clip here 6 months ago of a young lady for a school project did searches on all the presidents in the states, and I think it was probably 10 years ago she did it, something like that. But how all the presidents, other than I think it was two, can be traced back to the same bloodlines. And so do you think we have a democracy, or you folks on the south side of the border have a republic where everything is free and fair, when you look at how everything is tied together and it's none of it is to benefit you, and that it's to deceive you into believing that you're being thought of and listened to. But it's seems to be all deception to me, how the parasites and the wannabe powers manipulate everything to their benefit and to the control of humanity. You've been deceived. We've been deceived, not you, just you. We have, as humanity, as a civilization, we've been deceived into believing that we aren't enough, that we're born sinners according to religion and the church, that we were incapable of looking after ourselves, that we need to have the government in place to lead and guide us. The same with the religious ideology, that you're not enough, that you need somebody to come save you, somebody to come look after you, somebody to guide you, tell you what to do, where to think. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help or guidance or assistance, but the essence of who you are and what you are comes from within. And I can't say it more than any other way than you're more than enough, that we're more than enough, and that we've come here to experience this, and that the deception has been put on us that we're not enough, and that we're here to, seems that the way that these great deceivers have phrased it and put it is that we're here to serve them, and they've deceived us into thinking that the way that we're being manipulated is serving each other, when serving each other is to connect with each other and to build strong community, strong family, but to first build yourself, to understand who you are and what you are, and learn to love yourself, and to know that you're enough, and to know that you are capable. The most capable hands are at the end of your wrists. You know, that's where it starts. And then from there we reach out. We reach out to our family, reach out to our community, reach out to humanity. And the best way to do any of that is to start with yourself, and to come to the understanding that you are part of the creator, part of creation, that we're all connected, and that it all is one, but we're all separate at the same time. We're here just to experience and to know a great wonderful life that to prosper here, to, you know, it seems to be that we've connected prospering with having lots of wealth and money. But to prosper is to sit here like this, spend some time with a little critter like that, listen to the birds. Now, there's nothing wrong with having money. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have stuff. But when that becomes your priority, it's that has basically become your God, you know. And listening to these deceivers telling you that, oh, you got to have this, and you know, they've turned us into a bunch of consumers and that, and there's so much more to life than consuming garbage and that, you know. There's it's a shame to me to well, no, it just distresses me when I look around and I see people working so hard to get no place, working for the weekend, you know, so that they can escape their daily grind. You see them coming up from the cities on the weekends and rushing to get to their lake with their campers and their boats and stuff so that they can escape for a few days or a few hours and that, and it's a part of the rat race just to get away when we're meant to, I think, live in that moment all the time. And yeah, we have to do things to survive, but we're put here to thrive, not just to survive. So anyway, just, I don't know, it's just a thought that come to me today, that we got to rise above this deception that's been put upon us. Realize that this construct is run by or trying to be manipulated by the deceivers, and don't fall for the deception. Don't fall for the deception that you're not enough, that you can't do it, you need them, you need this, you need that. You are more than enough. You're a part of the Creator, you're part of creation, you're a co-creator. So start creating a fulfilling life. Learn to love yourself first, then reach out and love each other. This world of deception and deceivers and how they're isolating us and turning each other against each other. It's time to come together. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Reach out, give your loved ones a hug. Tell them they're loved. Know you're loved. Look at the mirror. Look yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself you got this, because you do. Yes, we can always help each other. First, we have to help ourselves. So, you have a great day. Be blessed. We'll talk at you again. Bye-bye.